I got 2 words for you. Thank God. These late games are brutal. And the last time I stayed up late was in the last week. It's the Vegas Golden Knights, where the Leafs didn't show up right from puck drop. And it looked like early on that the Leafs were going to play great. They destroy the first, 25 minutes of this hockey game. Leafs are flowing. They're up, 18-6 in shots on goal. They're up 3-0. Hell, Simone Benoit scored a freaking goal. I'm like, thank goodness. I get to watch a game where it's just going to be a relaxing win. And yes, I'm staying up late, but it's worth it. Wrong. It's just the wheels fall off the cliff, and then just thank God they win in a shootout. I don't know. Joe Woll was outstanding after that third goal. You got 2 points. Run away. They've been on the road forever. If you really look at the Leafs' schedule over the last, quite some time, they've been on the road an absolute ton. Let me go through the schedule really quick. At Utah, at Colorado, at Vegas. They had the Sharks game, right? At home, where they blew a 2-0 lead and lost in the shootout. But then, on the front night of the back-to-back, in Pittsburgh, at MSG against the Rangers, at Boston, at Chicago. Sure, they had that Carolina game coming back from Four Nations. Okay? So that's 2 home games since February, 22nd. Let me go back beyond that. February 8th, in Vancouver, in Seattle, in Calgary, in Edmonton. Since February 1st, the Leafs have had 2 home games. That's crazy. That is wild stuff. And they finally come back home. They have a nice little 4-game homestand? Yeah, Florida, Ottawa, Calgary, and Colorado come to town. So finally, this road trip is over. And they, like I mentioned, they find a way to get 2 points. Let's break this game down, shall we? First period. Honestly, I thought the Leafs played a really good first period. They come out flying. They outshoot them like crazy early on. Get a power play. Moving the puck around. Nylander fires one. I think he redirected off one of the Utah players. And pass Karel Vejmelka. Or Vemelka. Or I don't know if you pronounce the J. Who cares? Veggie, they call him. And it's 1-0 Leafs. 12:42 into the period. You're up 1-0. Nylander's 36. Marner and Nyes grab assists. Hey, we're feeling good. Late in the period, Leafs get another power play. First unit, diddly squat. Second unit goes out there with about a minute to play in it. And a nice little sauce feed from Max Domi to who? Calle Jarnkrok in the slot. Buries it. And his first goal of the year, dude has had a horrific season when it comes to injuries. Had the sports hernia surgery. This is only his 3rd game back. He scores on the power play. Domi and Riley with assists with only 22 seconds to go in the first. And you're up 2-0 after 1 period of play. And you're out shooting them 13-4. Really nice first period. We're feeling good about things. Early on in the second period, Simone Benoit fires one on. Looks like it deflects off. It looks like it deflects. Holy smokes. You can tell it's late. It deflects off the defender in front and goes in. But from the reaction of Steven Lorenz, it looks like he scored the goal. So they go to review because if in fact he did touch it, it's a high stick and no goal. They review it. They can't find the concrete evidence that Lorenz scored the goal. So, hey, Benoit scores it, I guess. It's his first goal in forever. I think it was January of last year or something like that. It was an empty netter, to be exact. Camp and Holmberg, who were outstanding. That line of Holmberg, Camp, and Steven Lorenz were really good in this game. 4:48 into the second period, you're up 3-0. As I mentioned, I believe they were out shooting them 18-6 at one point in the second period. And then Benoit, basically right after his goal, fights Kesserling and has a jumping punch. It was crazy. Kind of gave you Kevin Bieksa vibes. Kesserling got everyone hyped up. Not long after that, Carconi with a nice redirection past Joe Woll. Can't blame him for that. Nick Schmaltz literally left all alone in front. I don't know where OEL is at the high point along the boards with a player. Sure, it's fine. You're a defenseman. Okay? Carlos got his guy in front of the net. Tavares has his other guy pinned. What's OEL doing up at the blue line? And it allows, who is it, McBain or Doan? One of the two to walk right down Broadway. Woll's got to take the shot. Meanwhile, Schmaltz is sitting at the post with nobody around him. Easy tap in. It's 3-2. Those goals come not even a minute apart. Fan base is blowing up. They're going bananas. It's a 3-2 game. Then you get a stupid penalty. And then Barrett Hayden tips in a point shot from Sergachev. We're tied at 3. All of this happens in a 4-minute span. And the wheels have completely fallen off. You get slaughtered in the second period. You get outshot 15-7 in the second period. And you go into the third and it's 3-3. And in the third period, you get outshot 9-4. And then you go to overtime. And, God, who was out there? Was it Nylander, McCabe? Who was the other one out there? I can't remember who was out there with them. But it was the trio that was out there for over 2 freaking minutes. Domi, I think it was. Out though for over 2.5 minutes, and they were just running on fumes. Thank God Joe Woll, they hit the post as well. Thank God Joe Woll was able to freeze the puck, get a face-off. Now that ends up happening, get outshot 4-2 in overtime. And then in the shootout, Nylander doesn't score, Nick Schmaltz doesn't score. Nick Schmaltz doesn't score in the first shot, I believe. Nylander doesn't score. Cooley doesn't score. Matthews scores. So Keller has to score to keep it alive. He does. Dangles the crap out of Joe Woll. And then Marner, nice little move, beats Vejmelka, and a game winner. Let's go home. I think that's pretty much what Marner was doing to the hey, let's go home, fellas. Enough of this nonsense. And you get the 2 points, I guess. The shootout sucks, as per usual. Give me 5 more minutes at OT, and it's just banana land. It's probably over. But whatever. It is what it is. You win the hockey game. Face-off dot was pretty even, 33-32 in favor of the Leafs. Special teams-wise, tons of penalties all over the place. They 2 for 5 were the Leafs in the power play. They were 1 for 5. But in my opinion, as much as Marner scored the OT winner, and other guys had goals, I guess. Nylander, Yarncroc, and Benoit scored the goals. Joe Woll's the MVP in this game for me. You guys know I'm a Joe Woll guy, so sure, maybe a little biased, but the only reason this game gets to overtime and gets you 1 point is Joe Woll. Then he makes 2 stops in the shootout. And yeah, Marner buries it to win it. But I thought Joe Woll was outstanding today. You can't blame him on any of the goals. You really can't. A redirection right inside the slot. 2 of them, actually. One right in front of his face that McCabe can't box his man out. And the other one's tap it at the back door because there's blown coverages all over the place. So I thought he played outstanding. The only reason they got 2 points is because of him. And like I said, take it, move on, run away. So the good news is we don't have to stress for a couple days. They don't play tomorrow. They don't play Wednesday. And then Thursday, look, biggest game of the year right there. As Florida comes to Toronto. And with the win tonight and Florida being idle, the Leafs are now 2 points behind the Panthers with the same amount of games played. You win that game, you're tied. You lose that game, you're 4 back. I still don't feel like the Leafs are... And Aaron Ekblad's gone 20 games or something. He's going to miss a couple games of the playoffs. Big stuff there. Tkachuk's still out. Sure. Marchand's obviously not playing for them right now. But they're a wagon. They've been playing some really good hockey for the Leafs. They've been floundering. We talked about when they came back from the break. The wins haven't looked pretty. And they've lost 3 in a row blowing leads. They blew it today. Sure, they wanted a shootout, but it wasn't pretty. What are you going to do against one of the best teams in the National Hockey League on Thursday at home? We'll see. 7 o'clock puck drop there, right? So, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Actually, key players in the game, other than Joe Woll, because other guys did do stuff. We talked about the goal scorers, Benoit, Nylander, and Yarncroc. Holmberg, Camp, Nyes, Marner, Riley, and Domi all had assists today. But I thought Marner and Matthews, at least for the first 2 periods, were non-existent. I don't even think they had a shot on net. It was pretty bad. Midway through the third period, I think they had 3 shots combined with them and Nyes. They didn't look good at all. And if you want to get paid $13 million, Mitchie boy, and you're not happy with all this stuff, well, prove it. Just going to leave it at that. All right. So, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and I guess 2 points, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. The subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Jay's Edition Sunday, recapping this week's games. Raptors Edition Wednesday. as they welcome in the 76ers to Scotiabank Arena at 7:30. And for the Leafs, Thursday. So we get a break tomorrow. All right. Thursday, the Leafs welcome in the Florida Panthers for the biggest game of the year, 7 o'clock puck drop on Thursday night. What are we going to see? You get 2 points, show us a little something, something? We'll see. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the 2 points tonight. Talk to you guys then.